Okay, as you can see, I've made a big ball of the gingerbread cookie dough, and I'm going to put it down, although you might not be able to see it here. This is a large sheet of wax paper, and I've sprinkled a little bit of flour on the surface, and just going to put that right there in the middle. And I usually put wax paper on top when I'm using my rolling pin. It just helps keep the rolling pin a lot cleaner as you go along, and you don't have to do all that flour. So we're just going to start pressing it out flat, and you want to roll it out till it's about 1/8 of an inch thick. Set my cookie cutters aside, and you want to just take your time and go for a nice even consistency, because you don't want it too thick or too thin. If it's too thick, it may take too long to bake. It might be soft on the inside. Your gingerbread cookie house will break apart. And if it's too thin, it's definitely not gonna hold up. Or you just have to be a lot more careful with it. So I usually work from the middle and then just kind of push it towards the outside here. And one of these days, instead of my wooden rolling pin, hopefully I will get a marble one, which I hear is much nicer to use. Not necessarily better, but just a different way of doing things. Okay, I'm going to take a little peek and see. Yeah, it's just about the thickness that I want. Okay. And as you can see, if you just tried to throw all this dough onto this at one time, it'd be really hard to do. Okay, so now I think I got my thickness down, packed the way I want it. And I'm gonna set my rolling pin aside and lift that up. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So now, for this particular gingerbread house, there's 3 different parts of the cookie cutter. And this cookie cutter I found to be the best so far, and it makes a decent sized gingerbread house. So you can cut these clearly one at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out these 2 pieces, and then I'm going to place it on my cookie sheet. So let's go ahead, and I'm just kind of measuring to see what's a good place to cut. And then just going to push down. I like to wiggle a little bit so it'll come out, and then just peel away these pieces. And going to do the side. Oh, and this is the side of your gingerbread house, and this is the other side, the horizontal side of the gingerbread house. And you need to cut 2 of each of these pieces to make 1 gingerbread house. So we got this. Take this part away, and you're just going to re-roll these other pieces back into the shapes that you want as we go along. And I like to use a spatula with a little bit of flour on it, and it's okay if you get a little bit of flour on the actual gingerbread house piece. And then I'm just going to transfer it to a cookie sheet, and I'll show you that in a minute. And there we have the beginning. So you kind of want to make sure, oh, it's an ungreased cookie sheet, and you want to kind of make sure that you've got plenty of room and space in between, so if it does expand a little bit in the cooking process, they don't stick together. Even though that's probably not a big deal, you just cut it apart. Okay, and as you can see, we've got one of the end pieces, the 2 sides, and 1 of the roof. So we just need to cut another roof and another side piece to have 1 gingerbread house. Okay, as you can see, the trick to making multiple ones out of dough is, okay, as you can see, the trick to making multiple gingerbread houses out of the cookie dough is you want to roll out your dough as flat as you can, and then just kind of go through and cut out each of the sections, lay it out, and then the extra dough, cookie dough that you're gonna have, you basically just want to roll it all up back up together and then cut out the additional pieces that you might need. So I've cut out almost 2 cookie gingerbread houses out of 2 boxes of the commercial gingerbread cookie mix. Okay, and as you can see, all our gingerbread house pieces came out nice, lovely, even. And in the next step, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to put them together.